IVM.
Security on a computer is like a layered cake. No matter how secure each layer may be, attackers and hackers will work tirelessly to find a vulnerability and exploit it. These cyber attacks can sneak into a system unnoticed, eventually gaining access to all the programs and files on your computer stack. Luckily, with the Intel vPro platform, all of this is avoidable. Intel vPro has the Intel Hardware Shield, which adds protection to every layer of the computer system with 3 groups of security capabilities. Advanced Threat Protection, which helps quickly detect and remediate the latest ransomware and crypto mining attacks on the system. Below the OS Security, which helps identify unauthorized changes to hardware and firmware. And Application and Data Protection, which helps prevent memory corruption and malware injection. So secure your organization's productivity with hardware-based security only with Intel vPro. Visit www.intel.in/itheroes to know more. Intel vPro, built for business. You are the most valuable investment you will ever make. Hi, I'm Zarina Poonawala, your leadership coach, life coach, and emotional intelligence coach. You probably know me from the Empowering series, and this is my new show, The Life Manifesto with Zarina Poonawala. I'm going to coach you to be the best version of yourselves. So get ready to create, attain, and manifest the life you've always desired and make it your reality. Hello and welcome to the Life Manifesto with me, Zarina. And today I'm going to talk about something that is extremely crucial. And you won't believe me when I tell you, but more than half the world's population is suffering from it. Well, yes, you may have heard of the word, you may have spoken about it, but I don't know if you really know how serious the implications of this particular word is. 75% workers experience it and 40% say that they've experienced it during the pandemic. 67% of all workers and employees believe that it has worsened over the course of the pandemic. 52% of the population is currently suffering from it as we speak. Have you ever experienced a burnout? Simply feeling exhausted, unwilling, and empty, kind of hollow inside. Maybe that burnout also leads you or is leading you to lose your girlfriend or boyfriend, your partner, your job, your home, your financial cushion. Burnouts are so common, it's unnerving and freaky, to be honest, and it needs to be addressed immediately. I don't know why we're not having much conversation about this. But here I am, and let's talk about it. Usually, burnout is common at your workplace, and almost 95% employees quit their jobs because of burnout. But that's not it. It's also prevalent in a lot of homemakers, students, startups, and new age entrepreneurs, not just employees anymore. The Japanese have a term for it. They call it karoshi. Karoshi meaning death from being overworked. That's for real. Imagine that. Karoshi. In fact, WHO gave it significant importance and officially termed burnout as a medical condition. Burnout is basically you piling up chronic stress from your workplace, relationship, or life, which is unmanageable and beyond your control, consuming you bit by bit. If you want to check whether you're experiencing burnout or not, here are a few questions that might help you find out. Do you feel completely drained, empty, and exhausted? Do you feel unproductive or sense reduced proficiency at work? Do you find yourself detached and cynical about everything around you? Do you see all your relationships just slipping away because you lack the energy for anything that requires an effort from your mind or body anymore? Yes for all, maybe for some. If your answer is so, then do know this. Burnout are simply not good, but you got to rise above it. Usually people will tell you eat healthy, exercise, meditate. I tell you these things all the time, but burnout requires a little more than that, much more, I'd say. Here is what you will do if you are getting very exhausted, feeling no energy after work for any more activities, too tired, too negative, becoming a non-performer, and the feeling is prolonged. Recognize this feeling and simply disconnect. Disconnect from what's draining you out. Just a minute. Just cut off. Allow the brain a chance to pause and regain some strength. You have no idea how important that is. Drop everything and breathe. Take a quick digital detox every single day and do it consciously. Just like we take a spa detox, preferably mornings and nights. You might want to just put your phone away an hour before bedtime if that's possible. For starters, use 20-minute detox blocks. That's what I like to call them. Just for yourself, pick a time of the day where you simply stay away from gadgets. All gadgets, any gadgets, your phone, your laptop, your television screen. Just cut off from Wi-Fi, internet, everything. Take a digital detox every day. This one's important. Set boundaries. If you are working from home, chances are you are experiencing a burnout now more than ever. So set boundaries, right? Whether it be the timing of replying to emails or getting on a con call or video call, have an upper limit to your workday. Don't go beyond that and politely do communicate so. Homemakers as well, divide tasks, delegate some if you need to, but set boundaries around your me time and take it. Take it because you deserve it. I know setting boundaries is very hard, but if you don't do that, people will just land up piling up work on you and you won't know how to say no. So here's your chance. Your health is way more important than anything that's happening around you. And haven't we realized that a little more now with the pandemic? So learn to say no, learn to set upper limits for your workday. And I say this even to people who are just at home doing other tasks, maybe not with a job, maybe not professionally, but whatever you're doing, you need to set yourself some time. Now, this one is tricky, but it's important. And I promise you it's very important. Tell your boss you are experiencing burnout and you need to recoup because your cynicism and under-efficiency is not good for the organization, more importantly for you. I know many companies that have started to recognize burnout as a condition that needs attention. I've spoken on this topic on many occasions. Yet, a long way to go though, but it's happening. Bosses need to understand this as a genuine and real issue, so you need to respect. If you are being told that I'm experiencing a burnout, if your employee is telling you that I'm experiencing a burnout, I need a day or two, let them have it. In fact, I'd say even bosses, you guys need time off. You're piling up your stress, you feel tired, it's affecting your work, it's affecting your personal lives, and it's all because of the entire stress being prolonged and becoming chronic and becoming a burnout. Let me tell you, burnout is a level higher than stress. It's not what we regularly feel. It's much more than that. So you yourself may be feeling a lot of this. So normalize days off without emergencies, excuses and lies from employees or people around you. Sometimes it's okay to say that, hey, I'm not up to it and I need to take a break. That's all. You often find people giving excuses, emergencies, somebody died, somebody's unwell, I'm unwell. And that's the reason, or that's the way they take a break. Now, do you really think that's a good way of taking a break? Because even the people who are making up these excuses, be it employees or people around you, staff or any kind of labor or professionals, do you really think that they're having a good day because they already know that their conscience is not clear on the basis of what they have actually got this day? So normalize the fact that we can have day offs without having to make these kind of excuses. Get enough sleep. If not plenty, enough. When I say enough, I think an average human is sleeping about 5 hours a day. The biological clock requires you to sleep 8 hours a day. If that's not achievable, try and get 6.5 hours at least. Try and also take power naps as and when you can. a nice 40 winks is a great way to rejuvenate. Lastly, please don't take pride in feeling exhausted. Read signs from your body. It is signaling you to slow down, and you must. I'd say don't bite more than you can chew. If you are healthy, the world is your oyster. So don't drag yourself through like you're living out of an obligation. This is your life, and you need to make the most of it. Rescue yourself and eliminate the burnout from your life. Everything works out in the end, and this will too. But you need to recognize it, acknowledge it, and look after yourselves. Lastly, remember, this is your life. Do what you love and do it often. And if you don't like something, change it. The power is within you. That's me signing off for now. Thank you for tuning in to The Life Manifesto with me, Zarina. If you find the show useful, then please share it with your friends, family, and co-workers. You never know. You may just help someone become the best version of themselves. And if you want to align your life with some signature masterclasses, certification courses, and live sessions with me, go check out and download my app, Life Manifesto with Zarina Poonawalla. Available on Play Store or Apple Store. And if you have any suggestions or anything that you would like to share with me, get in touch with me on my social media handles. I am at Zarina Poonawalla on Instagram and LinkedIn, and at Zarina Speaks on Twitter. See you in the next episode.
Hey everybody, it's been a great week on the IVM Podcast Network. On the Habit Coach, mythologist and author Devdutt Pattanaik joins Ashton to talk about his latest book, How to Become Rich, 12 Lessons I Learned from Vedic and Puranic Stories. Check out how we can approach money and apply Vedic practices into our daily life. In the last episode of the season for Last Man Standing is the Battle of the Two-Wheelers, Bajaj Auto versus Hero Honda with Anupam and Ambi. On Misconduct, Raghavi and Nisha tell us the chilling story of Shabnam and her lover Salim, who together killed 6 members of her family. On Yuddha, Aditya and Anirudh explore Sher Shah's journey of becoming the most powerful man in Hindustan. And on Marathi Kirkitun, Dr. Rajiv and Manik discuss author Vinda Karandikar's short essays and poetry. Do follow us on social media. We're IVM Podcast on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. And remember, if you're enjoying this show or any of our other shows for that matter, please do tell a friend. It really does help us. And finally, we'd like to thank our sponsors on the network this week, Cred, Bank of Baroda, Quota, CoinSwitch, Kuber, and Inter vPro. Thank you so much for making this possible.
If you're a cricket fan, check out Edges and Sledges, India's favorite cricket podcast.
The podcast focuses on Indian cricket, the IPL, and has a ton of banter both on and off the field.
We talk about the week's biggest cricket stories with current and ex-international cricketers, coaches, or sometimes just between us.
And it's hosted by me, DJ.
Me, Varun.
And me, Ashwin.
New episodes release every week.
You can catch us on the IVM Podcast's website, app,
or wherever you get your podcasts from.
Check out the Edges and Sledges Cricket Podcast.